Hey y'all, hey. Give me a mic check, mic check. If you guys can hear me in the chat, give me a number one. Give me a number one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Number one in the chat if you can hear me. Excuse me. I see one. Okay, there's another one. There we go. Ooh, I hope I don't have a huge delay. Y'all, let me see what's going on with my delay. If y'all can give me the number three, please. The number three in the chat. Okay, it looks like I have about a 15-second delay today. Hopefully that shortens up. I'm not really sure what that's about. Also, a little unusual. I may have to pause a few times today during training. Excuse me, I'm sure you guys can hear. I have a cough. My voice is not at full strength. I do have something trying to get me. I got some meds from the doctor. I did started taking them, but I may have to pause, here and there to go blow my little nose and carrying on. Okay. So I apologize in advance. All right. Okay, let's get into it. Everybody that is a VIP, you guys should have had your workbooks emailed to you. Go ahead and open those up if you already printed them off. Hooray, hooray for you because we are going to be using this. The purpose of this strategy is for you to leave with an actual map with a plan in mind. Also, the second thing that's very important, we will be doing business math today. I'm going to be taking you guys through the process of actually how you figure out what your marketing budget should be. So you probably are going to need a calculator or your phone's calculator. You're going to need a pen and a pad or pencil and a pad because we're going to do some math problems. And you're going to have to do them because realistically, when you get done with this training, I want you guys to be able to calculate what a marketing budget should be for you. And I want y'all to be able to look at the price of your offer and figure out, are you charging the appropriate price for your offer? Probably like 85% of the clients that come to me, once I go through and I run their numbers, I find out that you guys are grossly undercharging, and that a lot of you guys have no idea how much a cost per lead should be for your company and for your business. And a lot of y'all are just kind of, very random with what you're putting out there, and it's causing you to be unprofitable and it's causing you to have very inconsistent sales. So we do want to fix that if it is an issue, okay? Excuse me. So with that being said, everybody give me the ready. Let me see it roll through my comments and also give me the hey God hey so we can go ahead and get started today. I don't know if there's anyone in here. Is there anyone in here? It's your first time ever coming to a workshop training with me? Or do we have any first timers here? If it's your first time, let us know in the chat. You can put first in there. You put first in there. And to all my people across the pond, I appreciate you guys for waking up at I think it's like 2, 3 in the morning where you guys are. So I appreciate y'all. Well, maybe midnight. I appreciate y'all for either staying up late or getting up early, okay? To be here and come to these trainings, all right? Now, with that being said, I'm going to disappear off the screen because honestly, it's not that important to see me today. It's more important that you see the decks, okay, and with the information. Also, we will do Q&A at the end of this, you guys. So if you have questions, you want to jot those down along the way as well, okay? Can everybody see my screen? It should say 7-day sales strategy, really pretty like green and gold with pink flowers on it. When y'all can see my screen, please let me know. Have to keep in mind, we got this 15-second delay. It's humongous today. Not fun at all. All right. I just changed the slide. Do you guys see the slide change? Do you guys see the slide change? If you see the slide change, give me a number one. Give me a number one. That is me and my mama and my sister. For those of you that don't know, my mama is a super important part of my business and a lot of what I learned about marketing and campaigns and being able to pull in your customers and proper follow-up. She actually taught me. My mama was a beast in these streets. She was nothing to be played with. She was a sweet woman, a thoughtful woman, a kind woman, a virtuous woman, a woman of integrity, a woman who loved her family. And my mama could run some ish, y'all. And I thank God that she was able to be with me and teach me a lot of things so that I did not have to learn them through getting beat up or whipped up on in life. Okay. Shout out to my mama bear. Right. So what we're going to be covering today, we're going to talk about how we can make sales consistently. Is there anybody in here who does not have consistent sales? If you're in here and you don't have consistent sales, just say it's me. Okay, it's me. Also, if you're a person and your sales are stuck, you can give me the number 2. Some of you guys are consistent, but you've been stagnant for a while, and this training is going to help you guys with that as well. We're going to take you guys through the process of putting together a full plan for your actual business so you can reach your target audience. And yeah, that's gonna be that. Y'all gonna know how to do something when you get up out of here. Okay. I see mostly everybody saying that those sales are inconsistent. I see a couple of you guys saying that it's stagnant. Either way, you're in the right place. Okay. So, how do we make money consistently in social media land? We do this through list building. You guys, I need y'all to understand your list is going to be your biggest asset online or offline. Your list is a compilation of people that actually care about what you are doing. They care about what you have to say. They care about your topics. They care about your products. They care about your services. This is how your business is going to grow. This is how your followers are going to grow. This is how your bank account is going to grow. Okay. Your list is super important. And every day we use social media to grow our list. Okay. List building is nothing more than the process of adding new subscribers to your mailing list or to your text list. And then those subscribers give you their information in exchange for you to communicate with them offline or outside of the app. Okay. This is how we start the process of building real relationships with the customer. Now, in order for us to be able to make money in these digital streets, you're going to need a lead magnet. Lead magnets are your free 99 offer. Your lead magnets always correlate with whatever the paid offer is. You're going to need a landing page. This gets confusing to people because there are multiple types of landing pages, okay? A landing page by definition is nothing more than when someone clicks a link, what's the page that they see, aka the page that they land on, okay? So we typically recommend a landing page software like Leadpages because you can create multiple types of landing pages. You're going to need an autoresponder. For a lot of you guys, this is going to come through your email. I like Kit for this. You're going to need a tripwire. A tripwire is a low ticket product or service, and it basically is to get someone hooked, right? We want to make it so low price that it's a no-brainer for someone to join it or be a part of it, okay? But we want to have like super extreme high value. So we start the process of building up our know, like, and trust factor. So there is a fee associated with the tripwire, just not a big fee. Okay. Then you need your offers. These are your core products. This is what people are buying from you on a day-to-day basis. And we want to be in a position where we're making sales every day because people are consuming our offers. All right. You also are going to need a funnel. Funnel is how we make money online because you don't know if someone's going to come across your page or your content at 2 a.m. or 2 in the afternoon. And then we also need to know your numbers, which is where the business math portion comes in. And we're going to hop to that today. Okay. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? If you're picking up what I put down, say, yeah, girl. Okay. Say, yeah, girl. Yeah. Now, Very first part, a lot of times when people are trying to sell things online, they are not thinking like an entrepreneur. They are not thinking like a successful marketer. And if you're going to be in business and you're going to make a lot of money and you're trying to profit from your page, you're going to have to flip the switch in your mind. And this means we're going to build things backwards. We're going to reverse engineer, because in order to get a customer, we have to be able to get their attention, right? And then once we get their attention, we got to get them interested in what it is we have to offer. So, what are the specific desires or goals your audience has? And when I ask a lot of people this, they look at me like a deer in headlights. Okay. They look at me like a deer in headlights. Baby, you should know, you should be able to rattle this off the top of your dome. If somebody asks me what's a specific desire or goal of the kingdom, I would say they want to make anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a month with their social media accounts. They want to post and get views and likes. They would like to have consistent follower growth. Okay. These are specific things I know that y'all want. Okay. So literally you should, and it doesn't have to be complex. What are the goals and the desires of your audience? You should be able to write down at least 3 of these. Really, if you're really in tune with your people, you should know about 5 to 10. And if you're at a point where you cannot kick that out, you need to either reevaluate the industry that you're in, and right, and like, do you really know those people? Do you really want to help those people? Or you're going to have to get out and you're going to have to do some market research. And you're going to have to actually start talking to people to find out what they're looking for and why they are looking for it. Next thing, okay, what are the specific challenges or issues, okay, that your audience is having? And we also want to know what the negative feelings are that they are dealing with. Why do we need to know about the feelings and emotions? Because people make decisions based off of their feelings and emotions. That's a psychological fact. That's not based on my opinion, okay? That's how humans are wired. Even the most logical human, there's some type of emotion in there that's driving them to make the decision that they are making, okay? So when we start looking at what someone is struggling with or what their challenges are, you're going to write those down. And then we want to think about, how does that client feel about those challenges? So for example, a lot of you guys struggle with putting together infrastructure for your social media. A lot of y'all struggle with being consistent with your posting. A lot of y'all struggle with what to post. A lot of y'all struggle with how to get in front of your target audience. A lot of y'all have challenges with properly pricing your products and services, right? I can go on and on and on with things that a lot of small business owners and content creators are struggling with. Negative feelings associated with this. A lot of y'all feel defeated. Sometimes y'all feel overwhelmed. Some of y'all get anxiety from it. Some of y'all feel like you're not good enough. It messes with your self-worth and your self-esteem. So literally you should be that in tune with your clients. You need to know, what are they struggling with and what's the negative emotions that they have, because we want to go through the process of replacing their negative emotions with positive emotions. So my goal is to make you guys feel empowered. My goal is to make you feel excited, right? My goal is to make you feel like, hey, this is easy. I can do this, right? All I have to do is go step by step, piece by piece. Okay? What do they want to feel? What do they want to feel? So what can we replace the negative emotion with for the positive? Then next, what are the frequently asked questions that the people in my audience have? You should be able to write down 10 frequently asked questions. If you're like, Ashley Ann, I'm new, I don't know who my target audience is, you get on Reddit, you get on YouTube, you get on TikTok, you put in the subject that you're teaching about or your industry or your area, and you go and you look at questions. And more specifically, when you're in the comment section, you're looking for questions that have like a lot of likes or a lot of comment responses to them, because that means that is resonating for like hundreds of people or thousands of people. And you should be able to come up with 10 of those very, very easy. Okay. So let's take a pause right here, and I want you guys to take, I think, 10 minutes. You should be able to answer at least 2 or 3 things on each one of these pages for each of you guys that have your workbook. Okay. I want you to actually write it down. That's why there's big white space there. And you're going to take 10 minutes and you're going to fill in the blank. It's very important that you fill in the blank and don't just be like, oh, I'll figure it out later. Stop lying to yourself. You're not going to figure it out later, because if you were going to figure it out later, you would have did it by now. Some of y'all have been telling yourself for 3 years that you're going to figure it out later and ain't figured out squat. Okay. So you're going to take the time today. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. My clock says 4:29. I'm going to round it up to 4:30. And at 4:40, I'm going to check back in with you guys. Okay. Yes. Do what Nisha P is saying and what the King Ashley Ann page is saying. Check your email for your workbook. If you are VIP, your workbook was emailed to you earlier today. Okay. Print it off, or you can type on top of it, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, you guys, now y'all may have to remind me to get restarted, but y'all take 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. My clock says 4:30, 4:40, I'll be checking back in, okay? And I may do a random selection too, because sometimes y'all like to lie to me and say that y'all did it, but you didn't do it. Okay. So I may do a random selection and call out some of y'all so you can share with me I may ask you random questions about what you wrote down and you can share your answers with me. Let's go, y'all. Y'all got 10 minutes. Okay, everybody, time is up. Do I have any volunteers? If I have a volunteer, just put me in the chat. And if you just put me in the chat if you're a volunteer. And I can send you a little link to pop backstage. And we do a little Q&A. Mm. I don't see a volunteer. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I feel a little under the weather, so I'm not gonna force you, but I am gonna leave you with this as we continue on with the rest of the training. Oh, thank you, Miss Nikki. Okay, Miss Nikki, let me drop the link so you can come backstage, babe. Um, it would be a sin and a shame for you to be sitting in here with someone that has the track record that I have as far as helping people succeed. And the fact that I charge corporations over $12,000 an hour and they pay for it. And you be silly enough to sit into this workshop and not do the work and then when someone volunteers themselves, my brain, my talent, my expertise, and I say, hey, who do I have that can volunteer? Because I can make sure you're on the right track, that you don't take advantage of it. That's crazy. Nikki, I saw your me first as far as a volunteer. So if you click on that link that I just dropped in the chat, let me pin it as well. They'll pop you backstage. You don't have to cam up, but you will have to use your microphone because you're gonna have to talk to me, doll. Hey, Miss Nikki.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Fantastic.
Yay! Hi, boss lady.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
All right. So let's do random selections. So, first thing, tell me what are some of the negative feelings that your clients are dealing with?
They feel frustrated because they feel like they don't belong in a male dominated environment.
Okay. I like that. Very specific. Um, what are their goals? Give me two of their goals.
Their goals are to become licensed barber
Hmm.
and to have clientele on repeat.
Okay. And can you tell me what they're struggling with right now? What's keeping them from hitting those goals?
A few things. Men assume, well, first, men have a natural disposition or disrespect towards women. Two, a lot of men assume that females can't cut hair because there's a lot of cosmetologists that cut men's hair, but they're not properly trained on how to cut men's hair like a barber is.
So let me stop you. Even
Yes,
though
ma'am.
those are, I would say those are more well, like objections, right? Or things that they're facing external. When we're talking about the challenges that a client is facing, we're normally looking like internal, like something that they can control, right? So your clients can't control that perception that someone has of them, right? They can't do that. But what's a challenge like that they're challenged with? Is it like a skill thing? Is it, it takes them longer to learn like certain techniques? Is it they're having struggles with like the financing or keeping their mental tenacity together enough that they will complete the programs, right? And see, this is why we do this exercise,
Okay.
right? So not
Feeling.
to say that the challenges that you listed aren't legitimate, because they
Mhm.
are, but we as humans, we can't really control like a stigma or a stereotype, right? Or something that was put out there before we came in. When we're looking at challenges, we're looking at specific things that they may not be doing that they can do, or something that they should be doing, and they're not completing it for some reason, right? Does that make sense? Think
Yes.
about on the internal side. So give me two internal challenges.
So then I would say more feeling confident in approaching men to advertise
Hmm.
as a female barber. And two, I would say feeling confident in being able to complete from consultation to the completion of the haircut, and like if there's an error, knowing how to fix it and still keeping the man happy when he leaves.
So I would say confidence would be one, because we could put that across the board, right, in multiple different avenues. When you say an error, do you mean like they messed up the cut error? Like, what do you mean when you say error?
Like, depending on what type of clippers you use, let's say some require you to keep your finger on the guard. The guard might pop off. The guard is there to keep a certain measurement of hair to be removed. If that guard pops off, that generally can take a patch out of that man's hair. So you have to be able to figure out how you're going to fix that and still keep that customer satisfied, even if their haircut ends up lower than what they requested, as long as you're able to fix it, because men have this mentality of it's just hair grows back. As long as you're able to fix the error, then they're not as hostile and upset, and they'll return.
So I feel like there may be two different challenges in one. One, like I feel like you have to know your craft pretty well to be able to think quick on your feet to fix an error like that, right? And that may just come through like experience or teaching someone, if this happens, then you do XYZ element P, right? The second part of that, there will be a challenge for them. It seems like a skills issue, right? Because someone who has experience or the skill, with the guard, they're probably not going to make an error like that where they're, cutting too low or taking a plug out of someone or not properly sanitizing, the back of the man's neck, or, you know what I'm saying? Like with spice balls, I've seen people overdo spice balls. That's for the men. So when you're right, so that one challenge that you gave is really two different challenges, right? We have a skills issue that they may be having a challenge with, and then you have the other component of being able to think quick enough on your feet to make the adjustment.
Okay.
So what are some solutions you can provide to your clients to help them get through these challenges?
Skill wise,
Well, let's start with the one with confidence, right? Because when we talk about confidence and frustration, we definitely could put those in that emotional transformation, right? The negative feelings. And remember, what do we want them to feel? So clearly we want them to feel confident. We want them to be happy, right? We want them to feel proud of the work that they're doing. So what could we do to assist a client from going to that negative emotion over into the positive emotions?
I would say like advise the ladies of what it's like to be, because most times when you're a female barber, you are going to be the only female in the room. So you have to be able to have a strong personality. And if you don't have one, then you need to be able to adapt one quickly. You got to talk trash smack and not take things personally when they're talking about women in the barbershop, because men do just like ladies do. They gossip. They gossip.
They sure do.
But you get to be the fly on the wall when you are the female barber in that male space. So I would like give them like motivation and encouragement, like with quotes, telling them how they can like own the room as a female and let them know like they belong there, even though they're in a room full of men, because a female barber brings a different je ne sais quoi, if you say, to the barbershop.
And what are some frequently asked questions that these ladies would have? Give me three. Give me three of them.
One is, how do like ladies survive in the barbershop? Two, how do they function in regards to the conversation? Because depending on what type of lady you are, like background, if you're a classy lady, if you I don't want to say wretched, but if you come around where you're accustomed to people speaking direct and blunt and not sugarcoating shit for you, pardon my French, versus people putting a diaper on things,
Mhm.
and then it depends on how you'll be able to navigate, and then they wonder, do they get paid like hourly, or is it like booth rent or commission,
Mhm.
like the salon,
Great.
especially when they're converting.
Great. Fantastic. You did a good job, Nikki. Everybody give it up for Nikki. Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay, don't leave yet. So let's
Yes,
move on
ma'am.
to the next portion. Why I got you up here, girl. Okay.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So when we're looking at, okay, our clients, okay, and we're looking at what's happening right now, we got like, we're in holiday season, right? We have
Mhm.
specific challenges that you listed out, we got specific goals, and we got some pressing issues. Basically, what is it that they need, and is there any way we could position this around upcoming events, right? So maybe if we want to say, it's a new year and it's time to book new clients, right? Because you said that one of the big concerns is having a client roster. So, is there any way we can look to see this is one of the big issues they have, and can we put this together with something that's coming up as far as like a holiday event, special date? There could be maybe like a big convention or something that happens in that industry, right? What can we think of as far as ways to be able to merge what we can offer with the client with the desire that they have, but putting it in a time-based format so that way it's communicated to the customer like now is a great time.
I would say the best way, because the new year is approaching and we are at the end of the year with holidays, there's all types of like nonprofits and major corporations that have huge events at the end of the year, like
Mhm,
for the community. Sometimes they also have sponsorships for like certain sports students teams.
mhm.
um, so I would suggest them a way for them to get their name out there, because outside of being in the shop as a barber, you can make money in the outside world, getting contracted, if you will. Um, I would tell them to like participate in events, basically do like a little bit of volunteer work, but where it matters, where they can be seen and recognized. And then for like the new year, I would tell them like between now and the new year, advertise as much as possible. And if they're new, then they need to be offering free haircuts to the client the first time.
Okay. And then, so how are you going to turn this into something so it's lucrative for you? What's your package? What's your offer for them?
I am creating a guide for whether if you are like a female and you just woke up one morning and said, I want to be a barber and I want to cut men's hair from start to finish, or if you are a cosmetologist and you're converting from cosmetology to barbering, a guide. And then I'm trying to figure out kind of like a one-on-one mini session just to be able to
Let
answer.
me, let me ask you in a different way because you're nowhere
I'm
near
not
the I
understanding.
won't know.
Yeah, sorry.
And I've asked two different times. When we look at you and your business, what can you offer? What type of campaign or promotion can you come up with around the new year that's going to get you clients for your guide or for your one-to-one? That's what I'm at.
Mm, um, a campaign using Canva and ChatGPT to create the 30 days, or like not 30 days, because you always say that we need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day, 3 to 5 times a week, if not more, to be in the algorithm and draw the attention. So
What do they got to do with your campaign right now? What if I was gonna sell y'all something, right? So I may say, hey, it's new year, it's time for you to get new customers. You need to come to my ads boot camp. We start January 15th.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm hooked on phonics right now. Okay, so I would say like if you're interested in becoming a barber and not only surviving but thriving in a male dominated environment, then this guide is for you. Or if you're interested in converting from cosmetology to barbering, then this guide or this one-on-one is for you, so you know how to get
No,
in.
no,
No, still not.
no. You're not tying it. There's no sense of urgency. We're not tying. What does the prompt say? It says we're supposed to be tying this in to a holiday or an event that's coming up. This is a part of how we sell. Part of y'all are not selling because people feel like they got all day to buy your stuff. They feel like it's going to be around forever and forever and forever and forever. Campaigns are meant to push people to buy because they are purchasing based on that promotional thing or that campaign that's there in place. You just out here talk, well, if you're a female barber and you want to make it, this guide is for you. Well, what's the sense of urgency? She may be like, oh, I'll come and get that guide 6 months from now. We want her to get the guide right now. So again,
Christmas.
what can you tie it into that would encourage someone to purchase quickly, expeditiously?
Don't wait until Christmas to get this guide that's going to give you step by step guidance to get you to become a barber by the new year.
No,
No,
no.
I'm going to have to work on that. Drastically.
Yes, ma'am. We got. We,
I'm glad I volunteered because it's let me know I ain't nowhere near done because I have these little ebooks I already created, but you just told me I need to go back in the timeout corner in the kitchen and rework it.
yeah, we need to rework it, y'all. This is for everybody. When you're running a campaign, we're typically running it up against something that's coming: 4th of July, Mother's Day, Black Friday, Christmas time, the new year, your business anniversary. There's a reason for why we're running that particular promo. And you have to keep that in mind, right? Because we want to incentivize someone to purchase. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
But you did a good job. So just put that over there, baby. We got to think about it. We got to work on it. And anytime y'all get ready to run a campaign, this is why typically campaigns have themes. You're going to be thinking about what is coming up and that I can use for a reason to push clients to go ahead and take advantage of my offer. Make sense to everybody?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
good job, Nikki. Good job. I'm gonna let you be
Thank
free now. We're
you.
gonna move on. Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Everybody hear me? Check one, check two. Can y'all hear me? All right. So step one is going to be product or service creation. Okay. So this really doesn't matter if you have a physical product, a digital product, service, traditional, does not matter, y'all. Okay. Everybody needs to go through these few steps. So step number one is you need to recognize that there are three price ranges, low, mid, and high, and you're going to figure out which price range does your offer fit in. Okay. We also want to look at a quick solution for the client. We want to solve a simple problem, right? Now, this gets into your message clarity. Nobody likes it whenever it's a convoluted message. This is why a lot of you guys are not getting the clients and getting the sales, because people are really kind of unsure of what you're offering or what you're telling them to do, all right? We also want to make sure that there's a quick creation of pleasure. So this is where in the questions I was saying, like, hey, what's a negative emotion that your clients feel and how can we exchange that for something positive? That's going to be the quick pleasure creation. It gives your clients typically a dopamine hit and it makes them feel good. And when people feel good, they want to keep coming back. All right. And we also want to make sure we're speaking directly to the consumer. When you try and sell to everyone, you sell to no one. Please remember that. Okay. You getting out here and trying to sell, to everybody, baby, is not the move. And what it will result in for you is you will find yourself in a position where you're not making any sales at all. Why? Because no one feels that you're speaking directly to them. It is okay to sit down and say, I want to target these particular types of customers, right? So for example, I sat down and I said, I want to target people that need help making sales. I want to target people that have inconsistent sales. I want to target people that are struggling to get new customers and repeat and return customers. So all of my series over the next quarter are going to be about helping people make sales. Before we got into sales, what was I doing? I was targeting people in the kingdom that wanted help with getting more followers. Okay. So always keep in mind the specific type of person that you are trying to reach. That's how we're going to make money. Okay. So when we get into the offer, you need to figure out, do you have a low cost, mid cost, or high level offer? Okay. Low cost normally is going to range from $1 up to $297. These typically are going to build trust very quickly with clients because they spent a little, but they got a lot of value. You need to make sure you do exactly what you promise, and it has to directly relate to the tripwire and the lead magnet so that people are having multiple quick positive experiences with you. Okay. Mid-cost products are going to range anywhere from $298 up to $1,500. We have to have high quality when people start spending this amount of money. You also want to consider payment plans. So this is where you want to have stuff set up like Sezzle, Afterpay, Klarna, PayPal Credit, Shop Pay, just multiple ways for people to be able to people need to be able to access your offer. Okay. You also want to make sure this yields high rewards or high returns. And this does not have to have a tripwire that goes with it. It just needs to be congruent with your actual industry, the offer, or the area of interest. Okay. When we get to a high level offer, this is $1,500 and up. It has to be high quality. You definitely need to make sure that you have payment plans if you want to have consistent sales. These are typically limited. So you're not going to, for instance, if someone wants to work with me in Instacoin Academy, I can't have 1,000 of you guys in there at a time. There's no way. We wouldn't be able to have effective Q&A sessions. I wouldn't be able to review your work. We're starting Edge training in January. We'll be doing part 2. We started Edge training in June, and we'll go into part 2 of Edge training in January. There's no way if I had, 900 students in there at a time that we could effectively get through the Edge training. Okay. So typically when it's a higher level, it it requires more interaction, or it may require more customization for a client. So those are going to be limited. Typically, your past or your current buyers are going to be the first people to get the high ticket because they have a high level of trust with you. And then they normally, again, are going to require some type of interaction on your behalf or the company's behalf. Okay. So if you're going through, first thing first, what's your offer? Okay. First question, what is your offer? Who is it for? And how are they going to benefit from the offer? Excuse me. Who wants to volunteer? I need a new volunteer. Can I get a lovely assistant? If you want to volunteer, give me the me in the chat. First person I see the me from, I want to have you come backstage and we're going to walk through this section together. Let's see. Is it Sarah or Sahara? How do I pronounce your name? I see the Shantae on the end. Let me drop the link for you, Honey Pop, so you can come on backstage. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. There you go. Is it Shira, Shantae? Tell me how to pronounce your name, girl. Hey, doll.
Yes, it's Shira. Or you can call me Shantae. It doesn't matter.
Shira, Shantae. That's cute. That's pretty. I like it.
Hi.
Hi. So first thing first, what's your price range? You have low ticket, mid ticket, or high ticket?
I'm going to say it's a low ticket.
Okay. And what is your offer?
It's a group coaching program.
Okay. Who is it for?
It's for women. I haven't really decided, but it's like for women with varying problems regarding their marriage.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You already made a mistake, and it's not just you. Lots of people do this. When I ask you what your offer, you were very vague. You were like, it's a group coaching program. So if I'm out here and I'm listening and I may want to hire you, I may need the help, right? But I don't know that you can help me because when you told me what you offer, it's too vague. It's not speaking to a specific audience, right? Now, when I was like, who is it for? You started to give me a little bit more detail. So I'm going to ask you again, what's your offer?
I want to help people save their marriage.
Boom, there we go. And is it people or do we want to help women save their marriage?
I want to help women save their marriage.
There we go. So my offer, I have a group that helps women save their marriages. That's your offer.
Yes.
See? Clean, simple, to the point, and you're speaking to a direct consumer. Now, who is it for? Clearly, women that have troubled marriages, right?
Yes.
So is there any particular like running pattern with trouble or issues that you see with these women in the marriages?
Well, infidelity or adultery seems to be a big issue.
Okay. So are we helping women save their marriages after an infidelity?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. That's even more specific. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're gonna be able to make sales, right? Because this is it's different if you're trying to get past the infidelity versus I'm just agitated because I don't like the way he squeezes the toothpaste. You're right. You understand?
Yeah.
Two very big differences. So see, now we're getting there. Who is it for? For women who are dealing with infidelity. Are these women who have been cheated on, or are these women that are doing the cheatation?
It's women who've been cheated on.
Okay. Boom. So there we go. See, now we're getting very, very clear. Now, how are they going to benefit from this offer?
We're going
give me 3 things they're going to get out of being in this group.
We're going to devise a plan,
Mm-hmm.
Plan of action to begin to make progress towards saving their marriage.
That's too vague. That's not giving me enough to want to jump in. If you're telling I'm gonna give you a plan to help you save your marriage, well, duh, we know this is the purpose of the group. No, am I getting tools? Are you gonna help me get past my pain? Are you gonna show me how to forgive him? Are you gonna teach me how to set boundaries so this doesn't happen again? What you gonna do? Give me specifics. Specific is terrific.
I'm going to show you how to definitely retain your worth, because I think that a lot of women, when they're cheated on, there's a worthiness or a confidence level that may be an issue.
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing we're gonna help. We're gonna help you, right? We're gonna help you either maintain or increase that self-worth. Because it does shake your confidence when you've been cheated on, for sure, for sure. Okay. What else?
Also, to how to deal with the man who is, because he's probably like, it's no big deal. I said I was sorry. Like, how to forgive. So yes, we can focus on that. How to properly forgive, but also by saying, well, hey, it's not that easy. Setting boundaries, forgiveness and boundary setting.
Okay, so I would, even though it's a boundary, I would probably put it more in the terms if we're thinking about how a customer speaks, y'all. This is important. You have to use a language that the customer is using, right? So a customer may say, I need him to understand how bad he hurt me.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? And that's going to resonate more with the customer. So, right, helping you properly communicate the hurt, or helping how to get your partner to understand how he's devastated you.
Yes.
Right? Because that's a desire of a lot of women that have been cheated on. It's not enough that you say, oh, I'm going to stay. They are frustrated because it's like, you don't get what you did to me, right? You don't get what you did to us. You don't get how you changed the dynamic of the relationship. And a lot of times people want to know that they're being understood, or that that partner actually feels them for what they did. So if we can make the switch from saying, showing you how to set your boundaries to, and I agree, boundary setting is important, but saying, how to get him to understand how he's hurt you or how he shifted the relationship.
Yes.
And get the, maybe the probably a level of reciprocity that they're looking for in the relationship. Because I would probably feel that if I'm cheated on, there's a lack of reciprocity, right? Yes. And then also some level of atonement, I would think, is what they're probably looking for from their partner as well, right? So how to create a plan where your needs and emotions are met in the relationship as well. Yes. That's probably something that woman wants to hear, that needs to come into that group.
That's where I want to get them to where they're able to communicate that message to their mate and to their husband in order to get what they need, in order to heal.
Right. Right. So when we look, right, it could be how to continue to raise your family, right? How to create better times, how to fix where your relationship was broken at before, because technically you don't want to go back to how it was before, because that's how you got in the situation of the infidelity. So there was something that was missing in there, right? Or something that wasn't seen, and we got to put it back in a better position than where we were before. So when we talking, so do y'all see, do you see the difference in between like the vagueness that you were giving me and the very specifics I'm giving right now as far as a benefit? And everybody, you have to learn the language. What are the actual words that your ideal customer is using? It is okay. You should actually be using their words back. So when we go fill in this section of how will they benefit from my offer, it should always be in your client's words, not in yours. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, give me 3 ways a client will benefit from your small group.
I'm going to help you overcome, or no, okay. I'm going to help you understand, help you communicate with your husband to understand how he hurt you so that you
Okay.
can feel that you're, it's kind of hard.
So what if we what if we made it a little, because remember we want to keep it simple because we don't want
Okay.
people to have to think too hard about
Right.
the messaging, right? We want to be clear, we want to be simple. So what if we said something like, help him understand
How he hurt you.
help him understand your emotions, or help him understand the devastation he has caused you.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
Because it's devastating when someone cheats on you, especially if
Yes.
you've been faithful and you giving them your all and they betray you in that manner. It is devastating. And I think that a man or a woman, anyone that's really loved someone and that partner has stepped out on them, I think everyone can agree that devastation is a real feeling that they experience.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
one. Give me 2 more.
Help them to forgive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be able to forgive if you're gonna move on, and that's why I would put in the boundaries, like teaching you how to forgive, maybe forgiveness and fellowship after the infidelity.
Yes, because it's not just, oh, I forgive you and it's it. No, there's a lot to, we have to rebuild on a different foundation, like we were talking about before. Obviously there was something broken before that caused this to happen. So he has to be open to rebuilding and giving her the time she needs to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a part of that section.
Okay, and what's a good third one that you think like would a woman that's in this position would see it and say, yes, I absolutely need that?
Okay. How to restore the love they once had.
I like that. Because that's ultimately, if you're considering staying, you want to get past that. You want to get it fixed. You want to be back. You want your marriage to be restored. You're very, very good.
Thank you.
So what is your offer and who is it for?
My offer is for women. Wait, let me start over. My offer is to women how to save your marriage for women.
No, that's
you.
not the offer. What's the offer?
Oh.
How to save your marriage for women? It's a bunch of reasons that people could need a marriage saved outside of infidelity. Nope. What? Remember, specific is terrific.
Oh, are the offer the 3 reasons?
Nope. The 3 reasons are what will go on your page. Like if you're running an ad or you had a landing page that somebody went to with the copy, that this is for you if you fall into this category. What's the offer? If we were in a networking room and there was 100 people and they had everybody stand up on the microphone and say, this is what I do, this is my offer, what would you say? You do what?
I want to offer you an opportunity to save your marriage. This is a 90-day group coaching program.
Too long. Nope. Short and sweet. Think about a hook for social media. You got 2.5 seconds to get somebody's attention.
Save your marriage in 90 days.
Nope. Stop skating around it. You help women save their marriage after infidelity. Say it. Put it out there.
Heal the devastation caused by infidelity in 90 days.
You ain't got to put the 90-day thing on there yet. You literally could just stand up and say, hey, my name is Shira, and I help women save their marriages after an infidelity? I help women rebuild their marriages after infidelity.
Yes. I help women rebuild their marriages after infidelity.
There you go. Simple, straight, to the point. And if you're a woman in that category, she gonna slide up on you. Okay, she may not come publicly, wouldn't be shamed about that type of stuff. But on the background, okay, you probably get some emails and some calls and some DMs and some people whispering like, "Hey, girl, I think I need your help," right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So DMing would probably be the best strategy.
Yeah, I would probably tell people to DM me because publicly they probably would not want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely tell people to DM me a keyword for sure, for sure. Okay, so what's the price of this group?
I think I'm thinking $297. I don't.
Okay, and what enhancements could we offer? Because you always have to have an upsell, a cross sell, a down sell, a order bump, an after sale.
A workbook?
So if $290, a workbook.
Yes.
Okay, so they're paying $297. So what do they get for the $297?
I'm going to meet with them weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a group coaching program. We meet weekly, and we're going to go through the workbook. Like the workbook is going to be the extent of the program.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to offer them a 30-minute session privately with me.
Okay.
So that's like a bonus.
So that's a bonus, or could we do that as an upsell? The 30-minute session.
We could be an upsell.
It would make sense to have the group meeting weekly in the workbook, and then maybe do the private calls as an upsell.
I also could offer maybe like I have an ebook I did some time ago called "Keep Your Man." Mm-hmm. Maybe that could be like the lead magnet.
I would probably do that as more of a tripwire. I would probably keep my lead magnet something super simple like 10 things to consider after an infidelity, or the first 10 things you should do if you plan to rebuild your marriage after an infidelity, or something like that. I would probably keep that like super simple, and then like how to keep your man or something, or how to keep the infidelity from happening again, something like that. I would probably actually make like a tripwire.
Okay, that helps.
And if people see your offer and they don't want to join your group, what would be the downsell?
That could be the Keep Your Man book or ebook. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Very good.
Yay.
Now, will you add?
I can tie that in with maybe Valentine's Day coming up.
You could, but I don't know if you want to be like, it's Valentine's Day and your man cheated on you. I know you feel like poop. I don't know if you want to add.
Yeah, that's right.
I may do kind of like, maybe it's a new year, maybe new energy or rebirth or getting things put back on track. Maybe something like that. Are we going to have any special discounts?
Oh my. I think it's already a low price for a group coaching.
It is a low price for a group coaching. You don't have to have a discount.
But maybe
that's why it's a question, right? I typically don't put discounts on my
webinar or something. I've seen people like if you order right away, maybe they could get $50 off or something like that.
Me personally, I wouldn't be doing that, but I wouldn't be giving people access to me for 6 weeks either for only $247.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now I like the idea of doing a bonus, like of a webinar that they could get like as a bonus for people that act fast. Okay. I would probably go more along that direction.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
Is this going to be an evergreen offer or is it going to be a fixed offer? And evergreen means it's the same offer forever and forever and forever, or is this fixed? It's $297 if you purchase it by December 31st or by January 15th.
Oh, yeah, I think it should be probably by a time limit, and maybe it'll go up if it's not purchased by that time limit.
Mm-hmm. So that would be a fixed offer. So you were right, fixed offer in that blank. All right. So everybody give up the virtual hand claps for Shira. You did a good job.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Y'all got 10 minutes. Hopefully you were working through your form as Shira and I were going through those questions. But if you have not, y'all got 10 minutes to work through your actual supply. So you go through what you're offered, the benefits, who it's from, if you got upsells, down sales, if you're doing a discount, if you're doing a fixed offer versus an evergreen offer, all of that good stuff. Shira, you can take a little break for the next 10 minutes, honey pie, because we got yours all figured out. Thank you for being my lovely volunteer. I appreciate it very, very much. Y'all, my clock says it is 5:27. So that means at 5:37, we will return. Let's go, you guys. All right, you guys. So time is up. Hope you guys are moving through the information. Let's move to the next section. Okay. Now, when you run a campaign, it's dang near impossible to run a campaign without doing internal, external. And most people only think about the external part. So they're just thinking about the posts, the stories, the ads. If you're doing any type of like collaborations, live streams, right? That sort of type of thing. But on the back end, we need to make sure that we're sending emails because, as I mentioned, people that have already purchased something from you or they already have your lead magnet, they're going to purchase whatever this big offer is that you have. Okay. That's typically, they're going to be like the first people to purchase, actually. So we want to make sure that we're focused on emails. All right. So I typically like to build at least 2 emails per week that my campaign is running. So if I was going to have a 3-week campaign, that means I should have 6 emails queued up. If I'm going to have a 2-week campaign, I should have at least 4 emails queued up. Now, these do not include my cart open emails. Those are different. Like when I'm like, hey, you can buy now, last chance, you got 12 hours left. Those are very different. These are the emails where I'm able to give advice, testimonials, get into specific topics. Okay. And then remind people about the offer. So for this exercise, we're going to do just like last time. Somebody say me in the chat. The first person I see, you're going to be my volunteer. And I'm going to take you guys through how to put together these email outlines so that way you know what you're going to put together. And I know a lot of y'all are probably using like the Chat GPT and stuff like that to write the emails, but you still even have to give Chat GPT some type of direction. Okay. You can't just say, write me 5 emails and think that they're going to be good conversion emails. I keep forgetting we got this 15-second delay. So I'm just waiting for my me in the chat so I can have a lovely volunteer and we can go through the email portion. Mrs. Davis, come on back. You're the first me that I saw in the chat. Let me get you the little link. There it is. Thank you, Nisha, for dropping the link. Click that link to come on backstage, Mrs. Davis, or Miss Davis, I'm sorry. Miss Davis, are you still here? On the count to 10. If you're not back here, we'll move on to McNona. She's the second me I saw. 1, 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. 4, Mississippi. 5, Mississippi. 6, Mississippi. 7, Mississippi. 8, Mississippi. 9, Mississippi. 10, Mississippi. McNona, come on up, honey. Use that link. Pop on up, doll face. Go in once. Go in twice. 3 times. I'm going to count to 10 again. 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. For Mississippi. Oh, I see she popped back. That's how you entered the studio. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Besides being a little congested, but
Listen,
but I'm
I'm
making it.
I'm getting over it too. It's something going around.
Oh, geez. Okay. So, before we can start this email outline, tell me what your offer is and who it's for.
Okay. So, and I took notes. So I hope I get this part right. My offer is I have a Facebook group for small business owners who are
Mhm.
just starting out and needing to understand the tax code.
Okay.
And it's for single member LLC business owners.
Okay. And give me at least 3 problems that they struggle with.
They struggle with not understanding quarterly estimated tax payments.
Mhm.
They also struggle with how to pay themselves,
Mhm.
and then they also struggle with bookkeeping,
Mhm.
understanding their expenses.
Mhm. Okay. So, what's going to be our offer? I know you have the Facebook group, but like what's the name of it?
So the name is Faith Tax Solutions SBG, which stands for
Mhm.
Small Business Group.
Okay. Have to make my little notes in case I forget.
Okay.
Okay. And then how much is it?
And the group, I am working on that pricing because at first I was not charging.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, so I've revamped the
Okay.
group, but looking for entry level, I was thinking because I do go live once a week in there,
Mhm.
and my consultations for 1 hour is $2.99. I was going to do 97 a month.
I feel like that's a fair price for a business owner to be getting the type of information that you're giving. Absolutely. It's a
Okay,
deal. Yeah, because they're not going to be able to hire a bookkeeper or a tax preparer or an enrolled agent or a tax compliance specialist at that rate. That's not going to happen.
right.
So at all. So I think that's a great price. For
Okay.
sure, for sure. Okay, my next question to you. What do they think their issue is? What do they think their problems are? Because we want to start building our emails around that.
Yes. So their issue, and I'm just going off of past conversations, is they don't understand where their money is going.
Mm-hmm.
And so ultimately, at the end of the year, when it's time to file taxes, it's the home alone phase. I made that much money. Where'd it go?
Mm-hmm.
So
Because they're not
it
keeping up with expenses and they probably don't even understand their cash flow and their sales cycle. So got it.
exactly.
Okay. So what do you think with that thing of they're like they don't know where their money went? What's a good subject line for email number one?
So and this was probably kind of my door line, but I did use in email before. Stop tipping my sugar daddy, which is your Uncle Sam.
I feel like they gotta think too hard about that.
Okay.
Well, if we just keep it simple and
So
say something, where did your money go? Or where did my money go?
where did my money go?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then our topic would be you're paying Uncle Sam too much, or you're paying too much in taxes.
Right. You're paying too much in taxes
And then
because
we
they
may
would.
just right. Then from there, I probably would say, if you realize like maybe there's 15 reasons that small business owners pay too much in taxes, I may say that hey, there are about 15 reasons that most small business owners pay too much in taxes. Today, I want to discuss blank, and you're going to give them the one
Okay. And just
because this
work
is
my way down from the 15.
yep, because that's an easy setup for a series,
Because
just like that.
right. And so I started out December 1 doing 25 days of Taxmas this month.
Hmm.
And so on Tickety Top. And that's just generally going live. But now converting back over to the Facebook group and revamping. So I want to give more of that convoluted information there.
Okay, but I don't care about that. I care about the emails right now.
Okay.
That's what we care about.
Yes.
We ain't talking about the Facebook group right now. We talking about the emails, right? Because your emails
Yes.
are going to go to people that have signed up on your list to get your lead magnet. They'll go to people that are customers. They'll go to people that are potential customers. So we got to be able to convert them. That's a totally different stream than the people that are in the group. Does that make sense? So right now we need to be focused on the email. So if that first one is why you're paying Uncle Sam too much, and we're going to give the first reason, which it could be expenses or categorization. It could be, them not paying themselves properly. It's a multitude of reasons. We know, you know what I mean, from working with small business owners as to how they end up in this predicament, right? And that may be the first thing we get in, like, how'd you end up in this predicament? And it could be cash flow and what is cash flow and understanding cash flow, and how a lot of small business owners feel like if they have the money to pay for an upcoming expense at that moment, they don't realize that they may have actually been taking an L.
Right.
Because they're covering the expense, but what they made from the business and what they're getting from their 9 to 5. Right.
And that was one thing that I was working in the email far as with the merchants, because a lot of business owners are using the external merchants pay now, pay later. And so when, looking at bank statements, you just see Afterpay, but you don't see what they initially bought. And so a lot of the conversations are, I don't know what it was, but I used it. So,
right.
Okay.
So then maybe our next, in that email, you would say, like, tomorrow I'm going to email you, or in a couple of days, I'm going to email you with what you can do to fix this. And you can give them some simple tools or some steps or something that they can use, right? That's going to assist them in being able to keep up with what they're spending the money on. And how maybe they need a notebook and they need to jot it down, and every time they write, but you're going to give them some tools.
Yes, I do have an expense tracker, like a Google expense tracker that I can drop into as a link in the email.
So that's a good thing that we can put in there. And then we also, what we want to do, we want to tell them about the group and that they need to sign up.
Okay. And that will be at the bottom so can I ask you this question?
No, I want you to answer. No, you need to answer what I'm asking you right now. I need you to focus.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not having a one-to-one consultation. We are inside of a workshop right now. So I need you to focus on what we got to get through these emails. So I probably wouldn't put my offer down towards the bottom, because a good percentage of people are not going to read the entire email. People are going to skim. So I would put it kind of higher up, maybe like upper midway, right? I may do that. And then it wouldn't hurt to put a testimonial or a case study, a real life example, or if you want to share a story about a mistake that you made when you first started your business, when it came to like documenting or upkeeping, right, with you being able to track your actual expenses.
Okay.
And then we may do a segue and say, speaking of expenses, a lot of you guys are missing things that you could write off that are legitimate expenses for your business. I'll email you on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, right? With that information.
Okay.
And so boom, there's your third email. So does this make sense? Because now we got everything.
It does.
Into one another.
It goes in a line.
Yes, and people are really genuinely interested at this point, because now you're giving me valuable information that I can use right now immediately. You are stepping on my toes and calling me out for the BS that I'm doing, and you're letting me know it's going to put me in a position where I got to pay the government thousands of dollars, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly. Okay.
Right?
Yes. So, it all synchronizes after that first initial email that goes out, and then, like you said, with the additional information following up.
So in that third email, we got to be able to put something in there, though, besides the offer. Okay. So maybe we could show, how you'll do like a versus, like, this is this, maybe we'll do a math problem. Even better, not a math problem, but we'll say Timmy went to meet a client at Starbucks. And Timmy bought a latte and bought his client a latte and a slice of and a cranberry bliss bar. There we go. Timmy bought his client a latte and a cranberry bliss bar. Okay. Timmy and his client stayed in the Starbucks for an hour. Timmy also had to spend $15 in gas to get to Starbucks. Pop quiz. What can Timmy write off? Right? Everything. And right. And then we'll put the expenses in the category and say, y'all need to be keeping up with this because we want your business to be profitable, but we also don't want you overpaying in taxes. Does that make sense? Yeah. So now we're keeping people engaged and we're making it easy for them to start retaining the information. And you say, was this helpful? I know it was. Guess what? You can get even more help if you join Faith Tech Solutions SBG. Faith Tech Solutions SBG is designed specifically for small business owners and helping you guys pay less in taxes. You got to move like the rich do. If they're using the loopholes, you should too.
I like that one. Yes. That makes perfect sense. And I was not doing that, but I got it now.
I know you wouldn't, but you got it now.
I got it now.
Okay, so I want you to give me.
Because we're doing, you said the 6 set emails would be because we were doing a 3-week campaign. And so the remaining emails are going to follow up from.
Right. So I want you to give me an example of what email number 4 could be.
The subject line, and direct.
What's your customer goals and their pain point?
Now that you know where your money is going, let's make it still goes back into bookkeeping and making sure that they're understanding.
They don't care about bookkeeping yet. They're not in there. Okay. They're not getting the education. They ain't getting no modules. They don't care about bookkeeping yet. You're going from a professional standpoint. For instance, I know a lot of y'all got infrastructure problems and you got issues with your customer valuation optimization, and a ton of y'all got issues with education, right? You don't want to get into a mentorship program. It's like 85 things y'all don't know, right? And literally, you don't acknowledge that yet. Your customers are not to the point where they're acknowledging bookkeeping. What do? We have to wrap what people need inside of what they want. So they know what's their end goal. They don't want to pay as much in taxes, right? That's the end goal. Right. Or they want to have a business that shows up profitable so they can get funding for their business, right? Those are the two primary things while people are trying to get those numbers together. So your subject lines need to be around that. You cannot write emails to people as if they have the knowledge and information that you already have as a professional.
Got it. So the subject line,
the language of what your customer uses.
Okay, so subject line, because we've already used you paying too much in taxes. I want to say, let's get you funding ready, right? Okay. Because they initially want to get money.
So is the average small business owner saying, I need to be funding ready?
No.
What are they saying?
How do I get funding?
Boom.
Is generally what they're saying.
So what's your email topic?
How do I get funding? The topic, so that's the subject line. How do I get funding? The topic is getting you ready getting you bank ready, getting you funding ready. Taking your business to the bank. I don't know. I'm stuck. I suck at this part.
Well, girl, you better think about it, and if you don't want to think about it, you better book a session and hire me, and we'll write them for you.
Yes. So the topic would be.
Then when your clients talk to you, what do they say? What words do they use?
They generally say, how do I get money from the bank? Is generally like how
to get money from the bank. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that.
And then the offer would be me giving them a guidance, meaning a ebook or a mini course on how to get them money, how to get money from the bank.
If that's a product you got, yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do have an ebook on that.
Okay, so now we're going to skip down to the most important part of segmentation. So within this first few emails, we have to find out, what do people really want from us? So what are your segments when it comes to your audience?
My segments,
What do people come to you for? So for example, people come to me because they need help with sales. People come to me because they want to grow their followers. People come to me because they want to get brand deals. People come to me for mindset. And people come to me because they want to learn automation.
people come to me because they want to know how. People come to me because they don't want to owe the IRS or the state. People come to me because they want to get funding, use other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
People also come to me because they want to be able to save for retirement. And then also people come to me so they can just have a better understanding of their finances.
So that's 4 categories, right? That's 4 segments.
Yes.
So
yes.
you write down, so you, in that last email, you'll say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm giving you good information. What do you, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. What do you want from me, right? What do you want from me? You want information about how to pay zero in your state and federal taxes? You want information on understanding your finances? Do you want information, right, on how to get funded?
Yes.
And then I would probably do all of the above, so people can pick which segment they want to be in. And every week you send out an email to those segments about that particular topic. That's how we get higher email open rates, and that's how we get sales even after our campaign. Make sense?
It does.
Mhm.
It does. It does.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work building out the whole entire system. That's why a lot of times people come and they
But
pay
this
us.
is what chat don't chat. Yes.
No, ChatGPT ain't gonna be able to tell you, because ChatGPT ain't got the capability.
Right. That's okay. That's how I'm just gonna come to.
ChatGPT ain't got the capability, baby. They ain't got it.
No,
But
ma'am.
okay,
No, ma'am.
you in here with me, so now you know, right? You know what to do. Everybody's learning what
Yes.
to do. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
You're
I got
welcome.
some work to do.
Yes. Everybody give it up to Faith Tax Solutions. Yay. Good job, Faith. Good job. Very, very good job. Thank you for volunteering. I appreciate you very much. All right, everybody. So let's move on to the next section, honey, because we still got to get to the business math. Everybody get your pen, get your paper, get your tablet. People start getting nervous on me right now. The server's getting nervous when we get to the business math, baby. But we got to do it. Because if you're running a campaign, we want to make profits, okay? Now, I'm going to give y'all a 5-minute break because I need your brains to be ready. If you need a snack, if you need water, if you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to go and yell out the door to tell the kids to stop yelling, okay? You do what you need to do right now in these 5 minutes. I implore you, do not take breaks when we go through the business math, because you're going to come back and you're going to be confused and you're not going to know what is going on, but everyone else is going to know what is happening. And you cannot miss any of these steps. Is everybody picking up what I put down? If you miss these steps, you're going to be so confused. So I'm giving everybody a 5-minute bathroom break right now. If you do whatever you need to do, if you need to call somebody, you need to go heat up some tea, you need to get a snack, you need a charger, okay, you need to go cut somebody out, whatever you got to do right now, take your 5 minutes and go do it and come on back and we're going to get to the business math, all right? Everybody, 1, 2, 3, break. My clock says 6:02. It could be 6:02 in some seconds. So we'll reconvene at 6. Okay, just rolled over to 6:03. So we'll reconvene at 6:08. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. All right, everybody. I need 3 volunteers. Okay. I need 3 volunteers. You do need your calculator. You're probably going to need a pen and a piece of paper as well. Okay. 3 volunteers, 3 volunteers. First 3 people to say me. Y'all come on up because we're finna do some business math, baby, because y'all got to get into being able to do these marketing plans. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite parts of this particular training. Okay. It's one of my favorite parts of this particular training. And y'all know the drill. If you want to volunteer, say me, and I get you pulled on up. And you don't have to cam up, but we do have to have your voice. Okay, we do need your voice. Miss Davis said me. You'll try again. Okay, Miss Davis, come on up. Excuse me. Ooh, the sneezes. Jeez. We got 1 volunteer. Are there 2 more? Do we have 2 more volunteers? Thank you for the bless. It worked, Miss Davis. I can see you backstage this time, honey pie.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to my editing window. It got super duper tiny. All right. We need 2 more volunteers, y'all. Don't take all day. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Okay, Miss Davis, I guess you're the only person that know how to use your calculator, girl. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let me get this up on the screen. We're going to do a little business math, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very important part of marketing and being able to set up your budget for a campaign. A lot of people mess up with this, and literally step by step, this is how we're going to actually be able to look at what you're charging for your offer too and figure out if you're even charging enough money, right? And I'll take you guys through some evaluation questions once we get through with the math component of this, but this is very important to learn how to do this. So first we're going to start with the marketing budget, okay? And there's a few steps, and I don't want you to compute anything yet. We're just going to go through the initial steps, okay? So first part of your marketing budget is you need to figure out what your cost per lead is. Cost per lead is not the same as an acquisition cost, aka the cost per customer. The leads are how much is it costing us to actually get people that are legitimately interested in our offer, okay? A lead is different than a customer. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Your step 2 is we have to figure out the conversion rate. So the conversion rate is when do we actually get a customer. So if we're looking at those leads, let's just say for the sake of math, we had 10 leads. Okay. And out of 10 leads, 2 of them became customers. That would mean we have a 20% conversion rate. Okay. And let me be clear to let everybody know this, a 20% conversion rate is ridiculously crazy high. Okay. Most people conversion rates are going to be somewhere in between 1% and 3%. Excuse me, if you know your audience really, 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 really well, when we're selling to a hot audience, we may get between 7 and 12%. Okay. The industry standard is normally somewhere around 1 and 1.5%. So realistically, if you had 10 leads and 1 turned into a customer, that's 10%, and you're doing spectacular. Okay, I
Yes.
just I need people to understand it because sometimes people come in, they're like, they'll say, "Well, I'm getting a lot of traffic to my website, but no one's buying." And I'll say, "Well, how many, cause how much traffic have you had?" And they'll say 50 people, and I'm like, "No, baby, like you need like 250 to 500 people to get one customer, right?" And so, unless it's hot traffic, that's a different conversation. All right. Your third step: how many leads do we need? This is going to help us figure out our actual budget because we'll be able to figure out how many leads do we need, and we'll be able to use the conversion rate to figure out how many of those leads are going to turn into customers. So we will know how much money we need to spend to get those customers. Okay. And then step number 4 is actually going to be multiplying a couple of numbers, the cost per lead and your desired leads, so we can get the actual marketing budget. Okay. This is one of the easiest ways to compute a marketing budget is through these 4 steps. So we're going to start with step 1, and I'm going to give you an example. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to pretend that, excuse me, we're going to pretend that we ran a campaign a few months ago. Okay. And when we ran this campaign a few months ago, we spent $500. Okay.
Okay.
And we ended up getting 76 leads.
Okay.
I need you to tell me what my cost per lead is. So you're going to take the amount you spent on marketing, which in this example is $500. And I
Yes.
told you that you generated 76 leads.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me what my cost per lead will be.
Would it be $6.57?
Correct. You're correct. $6.57 is correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Next, we got to get to step 2, which is we got to figure out the conversion rate. So let's say for our example, out of these 76 leads, we ended up getting 16 customers. Okay. So we
Okay.
got 76 leads, but 16 people actually purchased from us.
Okay.
What would be my conversion rate? Okay. Your conversion rate is going to be how many customers you actually had divided by the leads generated.
Okay. And that would be 21%.
Yes.
I have 0.21. Okay.
Uh-huh. Now, if is 21% industry standard?
I don't think you said it was.
It's not. It's above average. So if you had
Yes, ma'am.
21%, that means we probably ran an internal campaign, okay? Or we
Okay.
may have been at like a live in-person event. People buy more at in-person stuff too, all right?
Okay.
Now, we're going to go to step 3.
Okay.
We got to figure out how many leads do we need, okay? And
Okay.
so you do that by your desired customers. So you tell me, how many customers do you want? Do we want to get 100 customers during this campaign? Or you want more, you want less?
Let's do 100.
You want to do 100? Okay.
Yes.
So we want 100 customers. So you're going to take your desired customers and you're going to divide it by that conversion rate.
Okay.
Okay. So how many leads is that? How many leads do we have to get 100 customers?
I need to have 476 leads in order to get 100 customers.
Yes. All right. So step 4, last part. Let's say our cost, you're going to take your cost per lead.
Okay.
And you're going to multiply it by the desired leads so we can figure out our marketing budget.
Okay. That's $657.
That's what, $6.57 is the cost per lead.
Yes.
Okay.
100 customers.
Times how many customers?
100.
No.
No.
You got to get desired leads, not the customers. Because remember, you got to get the leads to get a customer. So to get the budget, we got to do the math by the leads. So your cost per lead multiplied by desired leads.
Okay. So we're still talking about the 76 leads, right?
No, you got remember
476
476 leads. Step 3. How many leads did you need to get? We came up with 476. In
Oh,
order to
my
get 100
bad.
customers,
Got
you got
you.
to get 476
I
leads.
got you. Yes.
Mhm.
And then you say 6.57 times 476 then.
Yep.
Okay, which is $3,127.32.
Okay. Now let's just say for fun,
Okay.
my product costs $50 that I'm selling. It's a digital
Okay.
product. It's $50.
Okay.
So if my product is $50 and that's 100 customers, what's my revenue?
Um, that should be easy. 5,000.
hmm Now, what would my profit be if it's a digital product? So let's say my marketing budget, and then I got like maybe $200 in costs to get this digital product out.
Are we still using my cost per lead and stuff?
I want to know what your profit would be now.
Would it be 2,000?
It
Because
wouldn't be
I'm
it wouldn't be quite 2,000.
no, you're right.
Because
Hold
remember,
on.
it's a little bit. It was what 3122 or
Mm-hmm. Yes.
33,272 or something like that is
It's
what it was. And then I said we got $200
$1,872.
in costs. Well, we got $200 in costs, so you're gonna end
So
up with 1670
1672,
in
68. Yes,
profit.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so based on those numbers, do you think you should increase the price of your digital product, or do you think the price of your digital product is okay?
I would want to increase the price.
You want to increase the price because you want a bigger margin, right?
Yes.
So what if we look out in the market and we see that other people that are selling a similar digital product to us are selling them for $45? What do you do now?
I still would increase it a little bit
You still would increase it a
because
little bit. So how are you gonna get people to buy it? Because you're already overpriced. You're already over the price of your competitors in the market, and so now and you want to increase the price even more. So how are you going to get your customer to buy it?
would I offer additional like a bonus or something like that to increase the value?
You could.
I think I would do that.
Excuse me.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
What else could we do?
Do we lower the price or we increase the number of leads?
Well, if you increase the number of leads, that means you got to increase your budget.
That's true.
So your margin is not really going to change.
That's true.
So I would do, as you said, either add something to it, right,
Yes.
to create a higher value,
Yes.
or if you have if you have like an advantage over your competitors. So,
Okay.
for example, my advantage over my competitors is that I have more actual testimonials and real live people that y'all can
Mm,
see, right?
okay. Yes.
I always tag my customers. They always get on and shout me out. Everybody
Yes.
knows that they're real people. Everybody can see them in the public, right? I
Yes.
also have more experience than my competitors. I have a master's in business. I have 20 years of actually running businesses. I've built 5 multi-million-dollar companies. I've helped 191 people hit 6 figures, and I have a doctorate degree and a bachelor's in finance.
Yes.
So I'm running circles around these chumps, right? So
Yes.
I'm the top of the top, the creme de la creme. So I can charge a little bit more based on my resume and based on my portfolio.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's when we start looking at perceived value, right? And is this a
Mhm.
luxury good or service compared to mid-range or compared to superior or inferior, right? So there's
Yes.
multiple things you could do. You're correct, and the price should be increased, right? So what do we do to sweeten the pot so that a customer feels more comfortable paying more for your stuff than someone else's?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do
Yes.
another problem. Okay,
Okay. Yes.
all right. So on this problem, okay, in this example, we're going to say that you had $100 marketing budget in the past.
Okay.
It generated 6 leads for you.
Okay.
You ended up getting 2 customers.
Okay.
You end up getting 2 customers, and your goal is to get 10 customers this time.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me what your marketing budget should be. And I want you to go ahead and every step, like step one, I want you to do the math. Like, I want you to tell me I want you to talk through it. Say, my cost per lead is blank, and tell me how you got that number. Then go to step two. My conversion rate is blank, and tell me how you're getting that number.
Okay. Um, okay, so my cost per lead is my cost per lead is $16.66.
That's correct. I did 1667 just because I
Okay,
ran at the end, but that's correct.
okay.
Hmm.
And then my conversion rate, 66. Okay, it is that'd be 0.33% or
Correct, 33%.
0.33%
Hmm.
conversion rate.
How'd you get to 33%?
I divided the 2/6,
Yep,
two
correct.
customers over 6 leads.
Hmm.
And then step three, how many intended leads? I
You want
want
to
to
try
get
and
10
get you want to get
customers.
10 customers. Yep. So how many leads I got to get?
Um, just looking at what I did before. Oh, 10 times. Is it 166 and 70 cents? Or did I do that
Mm,
wrong?
you need to tell me how many leads you got to get first.
Trying to remember how I did that.
It's on the screen. Go to step three. What does it say your math is supposed to be?
How many leads desired, which is 10. Divided by the conversion. Okay, I think I multiplied. Conversion rate, which is um $30.30.
Mm-hmm. And no, not $30.30. 30 what?
30 leads.
Right. And since it's 30.30, I would round it up to 31 leads, is what I do.
Okay, 31 leads. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now, what's my marketing budget in order to get these 10 customers?
Now we take oh marketing budget cost per lead times desired leads, which is 1667 times 31. Is it $516.77?
That is correct. 516 and 77 cent is how much it costs. Now, let's say for fun that this product that you're selling is $197.
Okay.
Tell me what my revenue is.
Bucks. Um, and I'm doing it by the. Wait a minute.
As a matter of fact, let's say the product is 200 and you're selling a $297 bundle. Tell me what my revenue is.
And I only had the two customers though, right?
No, remember we just did the math so you can get 10 customers. Two customers is what you got the first time. This time your goal is to get 10 customers. And you got to
Okay.
spend $516.77 to get 10 customers.
Okay. And revenue to get 10 people. Okay, hold on. Minus 16 Is it $2,453.23?
That would be your profit. I asked you what your revenue is. Revenue is the amount of money you bring in. Profit is your money minus your expenses. So your revenue would be 10 times 297, which would be
Mm-hmm.
$2,970. That's your
Yes.
revenue. That's your revenue.
Oh, I'm
You gave
sorry.
me profit. I asked for
I
your
rated your profit. Yes, ma'am.
revenue.
Okay.
Okay, let's try another one because I know you can do the math as far as the steps.
Yes.
I see that you're struggling though with what each of the numbers mean, and you have to be able to interpret what the numbers mean so you can make the right decisions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's do another one, okay? So
Okay.
for this example, let's say that last time you spent $250 on marketing and it
Yes.
garnered you 43 leads. And out of those 43 leads, 8 of those people became customers.
Okay.
The product you were selling is $997.
Okay.
Um, and this time you want to get 24 customers.
Okay.
So you had a $250 marketing budget last time. It got you 43 leads. Out of those 43 leads, 8 became customers. They purchased for $997. And this time you want to get 24 customers.
Okay.
And I want you to go through again, step by step. Give me what stage it is and the number, and then we'll get down to the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Step one, the cost per lead is $5.81. Step
Five
two,
dollars and 81 cents or $5.18.
I have 81 cents. 250 divided by 43.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay. Okay. Um, step two. Okay. I have. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing this part right again. Okay. From the screen, step two, the conversion rate, would it be 0.18? Because
For
I'm
for
using
18 what?
percent.
What's the third digit?
18%. Oh, it's 0.186, so maybe round it up to 19%.
No, it's 18.6. It's the 18.6%.
Oh, period. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Step three, leads.
So how many leads we need?
Um, divided by 129
Okay.
leads.
Okay. What's our next step?
And then our marketing budget is the cost per lead times the what, 129 leads, which is 749 and 49 cents.
749.49 is what?
That's the marketing budget I would need to
Okay.
spend.
Yes, that is our marketing budget. Now, remember, you got 24 customers and they spent $997 each. How much money did you just make?
I made $23,928
That's your revenue. How much did you make?
minus
Profit.
minus the 749. I made $23,178.51.
Are those some good numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And you gonna run it, again, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good job. You did
Okay.
very, very good.
Okay.
Very,
Thank you for the
very, very,
opportunity.
very
I
good.
appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We got a little bit more business now. So
Okay.
now we know like what our revenue goals are, right? So we're gonna take our last example.
Okay.
What did I say? I told you 24 was the customer count we wanted. We're selling $997, so that gives you 23,928 for the revenue goal. Okay,
Yes.
and we know how many customers we need to get their revenue, which would be 24. But let's say you didn't know what it was. You would take the 23,928 and you would divide it by 997, and it
Oh.
would you need 24 customers. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes.
now, how much traffic do we have to get to our website to actually get this conversion rate? So my customer goal is 24,
Yes.
and we know what the conversion rate is.
Yes.
You already calculated it. It was
Yes.
18.6, right?
Yes.
So how many people do we have to get to visit the website?
Oh, okay. Let me go. Let me put that 23,928 divided by 997. Oh, how much traffic? I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong step. Customer goal divided by the conversion rate is 129.
Yep.
Calculated that out.
Yeah, you did. That's what I said. It's a way to check your math. So you know
Oh,
that you, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, baby. There you go. Now you know for sure your numbers are right?
Yes.
Because we
Yes.
have to have a way to double check ourselves. Because sometimes when you're up and you're working late, or you hadn't had a lot of rest, or if you got a 9 to 5 and you're trying to run your side hustle, the dog barking in the background, people calling you on the phone, you may not always get them numbers right?
Yes.
So when we have a way to be able to double check ourselves, now we know like, okay, my numbers are good because it worked out on both sides, correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's really the only purpose for that, because everything we need as far as page traffic, we already figured it out by the lead side. Okay.
Yes.
So now let's say we're gonna run some ads. We got to figure out what my max ad spend is. Okay.
Yes.
You can't be out here just paying cost per click all willy-nilly. Okay.
Yes.
So we already know what our cost per conversion is. That's your total cost of your marketing campaign divided by the number of conversions. So in this case, $749.67 is the cost of our marketing campaign, correct?
Yes.
And how many conversions did we get?
We got, oh Lord, too many things on here.
I know you know. I'm just asking. I need to make sure you know how to interpret your numbers. That's why I'm asking you instead of just telling you.
Question one more time, please.
You got to figure out your cost per conversion. How much money is it costing you for a customer, basically, is what I'm asking, okay? So the total cost of your marketing campaign is $749.67.
Yes.
And you got to divide that by the number of conversions. Which one of those numbers is your conversion?
That's the 0.186.
No. And look at the instance that we're asking you. You got to figure out your cost per conversion. That's your cost per customer. How much is it costing?
Oh, that was the $5.81.
No. $5.81 was how much it cost you to get a lead.
Okay.
We talking about the actual customer. How much we're talking about when we talking about number of conversions, we're talking about the customer. What number out of that list of numbers, what number represents your customer? Can anybody in the chat help her out? Because you have to know which number is the proper one to plug in.
And it's not, oh no. I said it the same way.
You got to tell me. Somebody got to tell me. This is what I mean by like it's one thing to be able to take numbers and just plug them into the formulas. You have to know what each of those numbers represents. So if I'm looking for how much money did it cost me to make a sale, what number represents my sales?
The revenue number?
No, revenue is the total. We conversions. That's how many people purchase. What number? What number in those list of numbers represent the amount of purchases?
Oh, the 24 customers.
There you go. The 24 customers. So you need to take 749 $749.47 and divide it by 24 because you have 24
Okay.
customers.
Yeah,
That's your
got
conversion.
you.
Remember when we started this, I told you your sales and your leads, your customers and your leads are not the same.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, and I get $31.22.
Right. So that means it costs you $31.24 to acquire a customer. That's your
Okay.
acquisition cost.
Acquisition cost. Okay.
So now we got to figure out what our maximum cost per click is because when you run an ad on TikTok, Meta, YouTube, there's a CPC, a cost per click. Every time somebody clicks, it costs you money. And if your cost per click is too high, that means your ad campaign is failing. You're losing money. You're not going to be profitable. Okay.
Okay.
So to figure out our cost per click, we got to get the cost per conversion. Okay. And multiply it by your conversion rate. So what's our cost per conversion?
Okay, that's the acquisition cost.
Correct.
$31.22.
Okay. And what's the conversion rate?
0.186.
There you go.
Okay. 31, 22. $5.80.
581 is what it should
81. Okay.
be. So what does that mean? Can you tell me what that means?
That means I shouldn't go over $5.81 per click.
Correct. That's exactly what that means. So if you go look in your ads manager and it said it costs you 11 cents a click, you're doing
That's
great.
too high.
No, that's good. That's under. If you go
You
in
said $11?
yeah, I said 11 cents.
Oh, 11 cents. I'm sorry.
I said if it's 11 cents, that's good. If
Yeah,
you go and look in there and it costs you $5.93 per click, what that mean?
that's too high.
That means you're losing money. That's right.
Yes.
So now we got to figure out what's the maximum we can spend on ads.
Okay.
So we got our desired conversion divided by the conversion rate times your max CPC.
Okay.
So what number is your desired conversion?
That's not, is that the $31 at the 22 cents?
The $31 is your acquisition cost.
Acquisition cost.
I want to know what the desired conversion is.
I'm gonna be honest and say I'm not sure.
What's your desired sales?
The 23,928?
No.
No.
How many customers are you trying to get?
24.
So what's your desired what's your desired conversion? You technically already worked this number out in one of the other steps. If you take your 24 and divide it by your conversion rate, it's going to tell you got to get 129 leads.
Oh, okay, I have that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I said, y'all. Like you have to, and it's not just you because your classmates ain't even tapping in the chat. You got to understand what the actual numbers mean. All of y'all can take the numbers and put them into the formula and get the number. But what good is the number if you don't know what the number is telling you?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you take 129 and you multiply by $5.81, what's the number?
It is $749.49, which is my marketing budget.
Right. So that means the most you can spend on your ads is $750. So if you're doing $750 right on your front end, you're doing $750 on this side. That's gonna basically give us $1,500 together, and you still are making over $21,000 in profit.
Right. Wow.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Okay.
Boom. Okay, this is why I had told all y'all to go to the bathroom.
Trust me, I did when you said that, because this is a lot, but I
Okay.
appreciate it because
But you
I
did.
didn't know this.
I know you didn't know it. Most people don't, but I got you,
Yes,
baby.
ma'am.
You know it now, right? You know it
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
You
Thank you
did a
so much.
wonderful job. Everybody, give it up for Miss Davis. Yes,
Thank you.
girl. Yes, you did fantastical. Fantastic. You did
Thank you.
stupendous. Thank you. You did wonderful. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And very brave because no one else wanted to volunteer. Okay. All right, you guys. So this is just basic information you guys already know on how to price your product. And what these steps are, the rest of this for everybody that's VIP, this is how we actually go through the process of building out your test audiences, who we want to target, setting up what pages are they following on social media, what influencers do they follow, can you advertise on these accounts, because you know now that you have a maximum budget of $1,500 to market with, right? So you can look and say, oh, I want to advertise on these 3 accounts or these 10 accounts. Okay, this is literally the process of building. Those are pages that I promote on. This is how we go through the timeline content. I put all of this together for you guys to be able to work through when you're setting up your video content. I got all of this mapped out. So all y'all have to do is fill in the blank. Okay, in circle. Here's a whole posting cycle for y'all that I put together. So everybody that's VIP, you have all of this information inside of your workbook. Here's all of the email content where you can write out your emails. Remember, we talked about sending out 2 emails per week earlier today when we went through the outlines. Here's a pre-lunch email for you guys sequence, so that way you have that. And here's your example outlines, so you guys have that as well, so you have something to follow, okay? That's the email that's for your current base of subscribers. You guys can just type that in and use that. And then we have space for you to write your own emails. If you are using the DM or the inboxes on social media, which I highly encourage, here's a script for you guys that's inside of your workbook as well. Here are all of your sales tips where you guys can write your answers. And then if you're going to be doing very aggressive promo, which is what I recommend, is what I do, this is your basic strategy, okay? So you're going to run your ads on influencer pages, at least 2 to 3 influencer pages for 3 to 5 days out the week, okay? This is the ad headline. This is the description that you can use. And then here's the instructions for you to create the post to put on that influencer page, okay? There's your description. All you have to do is follow that, and bada boom, bada bang. So I want to know, did you guys learn something new today? If you learned something new today, give me a number 1 in the chat if you learned something new today. Did nobody learn nothing new today? Good. If y'all enjoyed the training today, let me know. You can put a yes or a big Y in the chat if you enjoyed the training today. And is there anybody in here that would like to work with me and the team of the success coaches to help you put together this, to help you learn all the things that you don't know, to be a helpful eye over your campaigns, over your content, over your emails, over you building in your opt-in pages, your confirmation pages, being able to assist you with offers, offer ideas, email subject lines, all that good stuff, okay? If you want to work with me more consistently, I'm sure you guys already know what I'm about to tell you, okay? What you can do is come into Instacoin Academy, all right? You can use this QR code, or hold on, let me get a link and we can drop it in the chat. And I'm going to take y'all to the page before we get into Q&A, okay? because y'all need to see it. One, because I worked hard building the page, okay? And number two, because you need to know how to navigate it, all right? So if you click the link, let me drop it in the bio. Let me drop it in the chat. It will take you over to Instacoin Academy, and you can see all of the options to join, okay? Now, there may be one or two of you in here that want to work with me in KE cohort. That's working with me one-to-one. When y'all see my clients doing these crazy numbers, they're like, oh, I work with Ashley and I make $50,000 a month. I work with Ashley, I made $1 million this month and stuff like that. They're working with me one-to-one, okay? Instacoin is designed to get you up to like a comfortable $10,000 to $20,000 a month. I want to be clear, there is a difference, right, in the level of attention that you get in each program, okay? But Instacoin is really, really good. Most of you guys in here aren't making $10,000 or $20,000 a month consistently right now. So Instacoin Academy is going to be perfect for you, all right? Now, if you sign up by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight for Instacoin Academy, I am going to throw in Hooks Mastery for free. And you also are going to get 120 custom social media content ideas for you. This is not like generic. We're creating these for each one of you guys that sign up, and we're going to do 30 B-roll ideas with scripts for you as well, okay? Those are the little 7-second videos that I teach you guys to do. That's for anybody that signs up by tonight at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? When you go down the page, this is the important part. You can sign up for Instacoin for 3 months, or you can sign up for Instacoin for 12 months. If you sign up for 3 months, it is $2,497. If you sign up for 12 months, it's only $4,997. I'm sure if you do the math, you will realize the better deal is signing up for a year, okay? However, that may not be in some of you guys' budget right now, so we have the 3-month option. If you happen to be one of those people that want to work with me one-to-one in KE cohort, you would need to email my customer support. It's normally $36,000 to work with me in KE cohort. We work together for a total of 18 months, but we are running a special tonight, and if you decide you want to come into KE cohort, it will be $18,000. So you will get the 6 months of one-to-one plus 12 months of Instacoin Academy. Like I said, there's probably only about 2 or 3 of you that are really interested in this. If you are, email support CA, and we'll try and hop on a call tonight, because if you're going to join, you pretty much need to join tonight or tomorrow, because we get started Tuesday and we need the end of this month before we get into Christmas. So we basically got about 2 weeks to put together a plan for you with your phases, and we'll start on all of that stuff in January. So that means we're going to have a couple of calls together. Anyway, for those of you coming into Instacoin, if you don't want to do like ShopPay, Sezzle, Klarna, we also have a no credit check in-house FlexPay plan where you pay $4.97 down, or excuse me, it may be $9.97 down actually. But you do that and you do 3 monthly payments and you end like Flynn, all right? If you go down the page, you'll see all the things we teach in Instacoin. You guys got a little bit of a taste of business math tonight. Trust me, there's a lot of math and numbers you need to know for your business if you want it to be sustainable and you want it to work, long term. Okay, we do TikTok money mapping because TikTok is a great way to generate income. We also have lunch strategies inside of Instacoin. That's something new that we added. We have the marketing workshops and guides. So that's similar to like what you guys attended tonight. We got business foundations, how to get brand deals, insight sessions. I do those every Thursday. They alternate between 12:30 in the afternoon and 6:30. So if you got questions, there's plenty of live help. We also have a tech corner. You get a quarterly one-to-one with a success coach. You guys learn how to do automated sales. We also teach you how to gain thousands of real followers. We teach you how to generate your lead machine. We do app tutorials. We have the mini skills. I think at the beginning of this training, I told y'all we'd be getting into advanced Facebook ads starting in January. That counts as mini skills. So you wouldn't be paying additional for ads training. Okay. There's a birthday promo sales strategy because everyone has a birthday. Instagram ads tutorial, what to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, pricing offers, how to attract your buyers. We have TikTok ads tutorial and how to sell through your stories. Okay. So Instacoin normally costs about $2,000 a month, which is $23,997. But of course, if you sign up by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time today, you get in for a whopping $4,997, which is nuts. Okay, so you're saving like $19,000. Okay, we also have the quick action section. These are ways that you can make money in the next 7 days. We also have a 60-day action-based money guarantee. So basically, if you come in, you give the program a try, and you don't make money in 60 days, we'll give you a refund, because that's how strong my program is. It ain't never not worked for anybody, okay? If you want to see client testimonials and receipts, you can pop over here to the page. I definitely recommend y'all listening to the client stories, though. Not so the testimonial, because clearly y'all know I know what I'm doing, but each of them have different things that they use to get to their $1 million years or their $1 million months through working with me. So for some of them, it was the ads. For some of them, it was the posting strategies. For some of them, it was changing up the funnel. Some of them, it was the offers. And I feel like you can learn something from other people, even if you're not coming into Instacoin, that you can apply to your business, okay? So long story long, y'all see I have tons of receipts. I have tons of testimonials. I have tons of clients that are out here doing amazing things. Like I said, I put my clients at their handles are there, so you know that they're real people. But I would love to have you guys in Instacoin and be able to help you with your business. So you can sign up for the 3-month, or you can sign up for the 12-month. That's your choice. And if one of y'all decide that y'all want to be into KE cohort, again, you need to email my customer support. But with that being said, let's do Q&A. You can ask me anything about the 7-day strategy we went through tonight, and you can ask me anything about Instacoin Academy. I do prefer it if you guys use the link and talk to me when you have questions, because sometimes I have follow-up questions for you. And it just takes too long. If you ask me something and I ask you something back, it takes too long for you to type. Okay, especially since we have like that big 15-second delay in here tonight. I would prefer you just to use the link, come backstage, and ask your questions. Okay, so I did drop the link. Okay, it's back in the chat. So if you got a question, you can ask anything about what we went through tonight. You can ask me anything about Instacoin Academy. And while you guys are coming back, some general things that people typically ask me about Instacoin. People normally ask me, how long does it take to see results? A lot of my clients will start seeing results around the 8-week mark. As far as like them picking up consistent sales and being where they're making thousands of dollars a month. Another question people always ask me is like, how much time do they need to apply to be successful? If I'm being honest, you need 2 to 3 hours a day when you're first starting. I know people want me to lie to them and say, oh, you can do it just by giving 2 or 3 hours a week. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's not true. The majority of y'all that are in here do not have followers. If you have people that follow you, they don't follow you to support your business or your products. A lot of y'all need assistance with your branding. A lot of y'all don't have any infrastructure at all. You have no emails, you have no opt-ins, you have no upsells, no downsells. You have no segmentation system set up. You don't have any of your back-end pages together. A lot of you guys have no idea how to run ads at all, right? So you have to factor in the time that it's taking you to learn new skills and also apply these things, okay? So realistically, when you're first starting, you need to be able to dedicate at least 3 hours a day, or at least 3 hours, 5 days a week, okay? If you want to make money faster. If you can say, I can only do 3 or 4 hours, a week, then you'll make money, but you're going to make it a lot slower than the person that puts in the 3 hours a day. I hope I'm clear with that. Another thing that people ask me is, how do they get the bonuses? You have to sign up by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. So you'll be able to join Instacoin tomorrow, but you won't get all of the bonuses as far as us doing the 120 pieces of content for you, the 30 B-roll with the scripts, and the Hooks Mastery one-on-one. You can pay, this is also a legitimate business expense. So if you need a tax write-off for the end of the year, this is a great tax write-off for you as well. We have weekly Q&As. We have weekly calls. We also have bookkeeping and accounting to help you guys. As Faith was saying, a lot of small business owners are not doing that portion. So we actually have professionals that come in and teach you guys how to do that as well. We have YouTube coaches. We have Facebook content coaches. So we have pretty much everything that you need to be able to make money and to succeed on a consistent basis. So yeah, y'all don't have any questions about what we went through tonight or about Instacoin? And again, if you're a VIP, all of those things I went through, all of those documents, all those templates for you, they're there in your workbook to help you lay out everything. We got no questions? Wow. That's odd. That's the first time that's ever happened. Well, since there are no questions, I don't see anybody in the queue. I hope you guys enjoyed the training today. I would love to see you inside of Instacoin Academy. If you have questions about it, you can always email the customer support team. If you're the person that wants to be in KE cohort, please make sure that you email customer support as well. And I hope you guys have a fabulous night and you enjoyed the training. You said I do, then baby, why you didn't click the link and come backstage? Y'all got to learn to follow the instructions. Y'all gotta learn to follow the instructions. I clearly said use the link and come backstage if you got questions. There are 2 packages or 1, 2. You can sign up for 3-month or the 12-month with Instacoin. 3-month or 12-month. Your workbook was emailed to you, Victoria. If you're not a VIP, you didn't get a workbook. But if you purchased the VIP package, that they get the workbook and they get the replay of today. They also get the replay of last night, and they also get digital branding 101. So as long as you were a VIP, look in your email. You guys got the workbook this afternoon. Any other questions? Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Okay. I don't see anybody in the queue in the back. So I'm assuming that means that y'all understood everything perfectly fine. Please understand that when you email customer support or you send a DM asking questions about the training today, they're going to send you a link to pay $797 to speak to me. So if you got a question, you better ask it now. Why? It doesn't cost you anything. You're so welcome, Victoria. You're so welcome, Josephine. You're welcome, Anna Marie. I hope you guys take this information and apply it. All right, y'all. Have a good night.